Hello, Happy New Year. By the time you see this, it will be 2021. Oh my gosh, are we excited or what? Wow. So, yes, let's just take a moment and just take in the fact that we just went through one of the most difficult years in the history of our lifetimes, and just the power in that and the realization that we did it. Oh my gosh, right off the bat. It feels so darn good that we're there. So give yourself a huge pat on the back. Give yourself a big hug if that's what you want right now. Jump up and down if that's what you're feeling, because we did it. And I'm just so excited and grateful that we are here today, Jan 1, 2021, together. So thank you for being here. Again, I'm your girl Jovanna, and we are on the Scenic Route, and we are going to just jump right into it. 20 things to leave behind in 2020. Yes, as the first day of 2021, it is time to let it go, release it, and just be one with the fact that we lived through it, that we had lessons learned, but it's a new year and we can start anew. So let's get to it. The first thing I want to leave behind in 2020, which is actually number 20, because I'm gonna go in reverse order. So the first one, number 20, is the weight. Yes, the weight. Whether you gained weight or didn't, whether it creeped up at the end of the year like it did for me, or you didn't, I'm not just talking about the physical weight. I am talking about the heaviness, about the baggage, about all the burdens, the difficulties of 2020. I want to leave them behind, because guess what? I don't need to carry and lug that heaviness with me into the new year, and I invite you to do the same. Moving along to number 19, the negativity. The negativity that we experienced in 2020 was beyond, I think, what any of us would have ever suspected would have been on the onset of the year. And guess what? We can release that. We can let it go, because it's a new year, and that's what a clean slate is for. So I invite you to release the negativity. With that, let's leave behind the judgment. Who needs more judgment? We all judge each other enough as it is. It's human nature to just like instinctively come up with an image or a word or an assumption about somebody in a split second or 6 seconds, whatever the science is. It's quick. We don't need to do that anymore. So let's just release the judgment, and not just on other people, on ourselves, right? Let's just let it go. We're doing the best we can. We have done the best we can. We're here now learning every day, and we'll do better when we know better, and that's what every day is for. Right? That's what I think. So the other thing I think we need to leave behind in 2020, that's right, number 17. What you thought you were gonna get done. If it didn't get done, it's okay. We got thrown lots of curveballs. And I don't know how many of us are baseball players. Certainly not. So I missed some of the curveballs, and some of them I hit out of the park. That's what this new year is for. So whatever we didn't accomplish in 2020, let's go ahead and add it to the list in this year, when things start to become a little bit perhaps more normal. Hopefully, praying we all are. Let's just add it to this year and get it done. We're all in the same boat. I get it. We're all in the same storm, not the same boat, because we've all had very different experiences. However, the point is that we can just cop it off to the fact that we're all in the similar situation, that a lot of things that we thought we were going to get done in 2020 that didn't get done. It was what it was, right? What are we going to do about it? So just get on it and do it this year. Put it on the list for this year. So this leads into my next one, which is regret about what I haven't done. In the past, I used to regret that I didn't do this or didn't do that. And it wasn't just in 2020. It's like I didn't do this, when I first got to LA, or when I first moved to Miami, or when I lived in whatever. All these different things that I have potentially thought of as regrets, I'm leaving them behind. Again, just because they didn't happen doesn't mean that I didn't do something else that was meant to happen. And that is the purpose of what living is. It's like sorry, I'm seeing the most beautiful sunset. And that I want to take into 2021. I want to take those moments that are beautiful and just stopping and realizing that, wow, there's a beautiful sunset that must be looked at and enjoyed. Because we don't know when the next one is going to be, right? If it's raining for 5 days straight, appreciate each sunset. So I'm a little off topic, but I think it's worth noting that when we have those special moments before us, let's take a moment to enjoy them, right? They're right in front of us. So with that said, I am going to release all the anxiety or all the angst that may have been felt throughout the year, because guess what? The year's over. We've closed the book on 2020. So the anxieties I felt, they're closed. They're in that book. It's okay. New ones will probably come up, but we'll do our best to handle those when they come up. However, the ones I felt, or the ones we felt collectively, let's just release them. It's a new time. It's a new era. And it's filled with hope. I'm feeling a lot of hope. And so I want to lead with that. So all these things that are heavy and burdensome and exhausting and frustrating, those are the things I want to leave behind in 2020. So that leads me to the people we've outgrown. Yeah. We've grown a lot in 2020. We grew a lot in 2020. And there are going to be people who perhaps are on a different journey or a different path or on a different train or boat or whatever. And it's, time that if we don't see eye to eye with them, if things have kind of shifted in our relationships, then you know what? Bless them and release them. You're just going to be lighter on your own path. And I think that is important and significant, actually, because we've all heard the analogy that when you set up on a mission to climb a mountain, you have to carry the essentials and you have to have a light backpack. I'm obviously not a climber. I've hiked, but I haven't climbed for like days upon weeks upon months, like, these Mount Everest climbers. So the point is, they need to take exactly what they need and nothing more. Leave behind what's heavy and unnecessary. So a lot of these you've likely heard. My intention is that perhaps you might hear them differently today because it is a new year, perhaps coming from me. Perhaps just the situation you're in, the perspective you're having, and that you can embrace these in a new, more positive manner. So that is my desire for all of us, myself included, because sometimes you got to hear things a lot and differently and from different people or different sources in order for it to really, kind of sink in and make sense and create the change that perhaps we seek. And that's why I think it's important to reestablish these in the new year. So the other thing I want to release is the thought that I have to have it all figured out on January 2nd. That's it. I only get to enjoy the first. And then that the second and the third, that I have to have this like master plan with everything figured out and everything like, bullet pointed throughout the rest of the year. It's like that was perhaps how our society behaved in prior years. However, I believe one of the things we have learned is that we have to embrace the unexpected. We don't know what our master plan is gonna be. That's why you have to put one foot in front of the other so that you can continue on your own journey and things can begin to unfold and continue to unfold for you individually and specifically for you. Which brings me to my next point, which is wasting time. Or misusing time, or waiting for the perfect time, or thinking that it'll be better to do it at a future time, all of these things around time, it's like, let's understand every minute, every moment counts, and everything you do today is setting you up for tomorrow and the next day and the following. So let's take advantage of all these different little minutes and moments that we have to do more and kind of, fill up those moments and kind of make them juicy and really like, yummy and big and more of those. Ooh, I want more of those. Which actually brings me to my next point. I want to remember to enjoy the little moments and the beautiful sunsets. That being said, I want to release those ideas that I can't enjoy every moment because I need to do something else, or I need to be busy, or I need to keep busy, or something else is, demanding my attention. It's like, no, let's really just enjoy these moments. We don't know when or how they're gonna, recreate themselves or represent themselves. So that's important, that's the smelling the roses along the way. That's the, enjoying the sunsets and the laughter, if you have a good laugh with someone, enjoying those moments and not be like, okay, you're distracting me, let me get back to work. It's like, all right. The other thing I want to do in 2021 that perhaps I wasn't so good at doing in prior years, and I'm releasing with 2020, is the waiting to be inspired, the waiting for the motivation to do something, the waiting for that that sign that, oh, this is what I need to be doing next. It's like, well, what if that sign is delayed and doesn't get here in time, and this is something you want to do and you don't do it because you're waiting for the sign to give you permission to do it? So I want to release that idea that I need to wait to do something until I'm inspired to do it, and just start doing it. And this has really, really hit strong for me because in the last couple days, in the last few days, I was finishing a course, an acting related personal development type course, online course that was incredibly amazing, by Wendy Braun. I will put her in the description because she is utterly incredible and she has lifted a veil off me, and I just love giving credit to where it's due. And a lot of what I have endured in my past was so unnecessary, and she just brought that to the forefront in 2020. And I want to release that need of like, let's wait to be inspired. It's like, no, create the inspiration. And I just love that. And I just I can't wait for you to meet her. She's amazing. She's on Instagram and Facebook, and so tell her I say hi when you meet her. So what I've decided to do is to split this into 2 videos, because otherwise it would be very, very long. So stay tuned for the next video, which will tell you the next 10 things to make it 20 to leave behind in 2020. So if you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss that video. Thank you so much for being here. I love spending this time with you. Keep safe, keep healthy. Happy New Year, happy 2021, and bye for now.